Welcome back one and all to Grim River Gaming. Today we're going to be discussing Warmind, and I guess it'll be a little bit of a review, a little bit of opinion, a little bit of whatever. I guess some of the impatient people, the question is it worth logging on for, or is this the update that's going to bring you back that you should come back for? Is it going to reinvigorate Destiny to how it was the Taken King at the end of Destiny 1? So the short answer is no. On a different note, I almost didn't even make this video because of how many audio problems I was having. I just wanted to run full speed, face first against the wall, but I got them sorted out, and here we are. So let's get into the bad stuff first. So point number one, there is no real coherent story. If you haven't played it and you're worried about spoilers, I guess there will be some spoilers story-wise in here, so maybe you don't want to watch, maybe you do. That's up to you, but you've been warned. DLC content-wise, there's roughly 5 new missions, or story missions, in this DLC. One of them is reused from the EDZ, in which you do a mission in which you discover another corrupted piece of the Traveler's Shard that we did not know about. You basically just run an area backwards. That's that. You've got 2 strike missions that were in the campaign, or 2 campaign missions that are in the strikes. Either way, they've taken content basically out of that, of which you are basically doing lackluster strikes. You destroy 2 gods, like more powerful than Oryx. One of the worm gods who Oryx slayed to get his Taken King power, that's one of the guys that we kill in a strike mission. Very anticlimactic. All right, moving on from that. Things that don't make sense. The Nightfall power cap is 270. Bungie says they have to keep it that way so that way they don't fail certification with Microsoft. Now, heroic strikes are at 350, yet after the missions and after you're done with the story, you are level 30 and the soft cap is 340, which means you're 10 points below level to even do the heroic, at which point it hurts. It is harder than the Nightfall strikes of Destiny 1. Of course, that is just my opinion. Yours may vary. Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so that's basically my main gripe with it, is the story sucks. It was really cool meeting Rasputin. It was very brief and short. You could run through that thing like you wouldn't believe. At one point, you had to stop because you go from like level 1, beat that level. All of a sudden it says, hey, you got to wait. You're 25, you got to be 28. So you got to just basically run around, kill things, doing missions. I guess the heroics or the regular missions will come into play there. But you got to level up to level 28 to then just go back to the EDZ where you fight everyone, kill all these Taken who are trying to capture that shard, and then you just have to
get your ass to Mars.
I'm sorry. It was just too perfect. Come on. You got to get your ass to Mars. Once back on Mars, you get to work killing Nokris and Zol. Pretty much bam bam. There you have it. And then you get to go and meet the all-powerful Rasputin. I know, not quite what you imagined, right? Realistically, that was Jarvis. Meeting Rasputin is actually pretty cool. The scene's got some good weight to it, so I'm going to play that for you now, or at least part of it.
The Bray family shaped me to be an all-seeing savior, while your vanguard sought to wield me as a primitive weapon. But today, that ends, and I define the reality of my own existence. My sight will stretch to the edge of this system and beyond. Never again will a threat go unseen. From this day forward, I will defend humanity on my own terms. I am Rasputin, guardian of all I survey. I have no equal.
So that's pretty much all I'm going to touch on with the campaign. Now for more story, lore, breakdowns, walkthroughs, I'm going to link some of my favorite YouTubers down in the description. People like My Name is Bife, Myelin Games, and Beard Grizzly. Now we're going to talk about the good parts of the game and the quality of life changes that have been implemented in Destiny. There's already been 1 or 2 patches released, one being the Go Fast update, and the one you're looking at is 1.2.0, Warmind. In this update, we've already gotten vault space increases. The multi-emote wheels, finally there. We can choose what we want. Exotic Masterworks. The Masterworks themselves actually got the exotic weapon sandbox changes. They feel good again. They feel powerful. The heroic strikes are a bit much. They are harder than the Nightfall strike, which seems kind of backwards. At this point, the Nightfall, they should probably just implement matchmaking because it's so easy, but it's just a bummer to do it alone. And then the vault space increase, and that's nice. You get, I believe it was 50 extra spots, and then private matches and seasonal crucible rankings. Everything is here that people have been asking for. Too bad it's taken about 4 years. The next one's actually coming out in about 2 weeks. We're going to have faction rally improvements, Crucible Labs. This is basically going to be like a test server where people can actually test out the changes that they're going to be implementing. And there's going to be yet another change to the exotic sandbox. Current event for this weekend is Trials of the Sweaty, also known as Trials of the Nine. Their weapons and ships have just been updated for Season 3. Next event we're going to have is the Iron Banana 6v6 once again. I'd still like to see them re-enable light differences, but that's just me. Faction Rally begins Tuesday, May 22nd and goes until Tuesday, May 29th. New ranking systems in play. Of course, there will be new Iron Banner weapons, reskins, nothing really new, but they are there for the taking. Season 3 ornaments are out, and they kind of have a night-looking theme to them. Tess has new stock, and now there's something called the Prismatic Matrix, but no one cares because it's Eververse. Escalation Protocol is both fun and frustrating in the fact that it is a hard endgame activity, which does take teammates and coordination to do. Unfortunately, everyone's at such a low level that you have to figure out a way how to get 9 people into a game space. It's the only place, or the only way I've seen this being beaten so far. So this video was just a quick overview and opinion review of basically what came out this DLC. A short campaign that's unimaginative, that shorts you on missions. The only unique strike that came out was a PlayStation exclusive, so that splits the player base right there. Once again, the story in the campaign leaves more questions than answers, like Annabray was supposed to be dead. It's in the Grimoire. There's stories about her being lost to the second death. How does Zavala get into the actual Warmind vault before you do? Considering the mission too, all the people that you have to get past. And then he acts like he's not even shocked to see her. Annabray, once again, who was supposed to be dead. Okay, so suspending all the disbelief of the story and the inconsistencies and the holes and everything like that, keeping in mind there was that Bungie summit. Bungie right now is in the middle of a large course correction, taking us back in the direction of the Taken King, basically turning Destiny 2 into Destiny 1.5, which would be better than 2 because that's the bridge to where we should be going to somewhere in the future. New adventures, bigger stories. Hopefully that's where they're going with the large DLC, the Comet that we're supposed to be getting in September. People are calling it the Taken Queen. Is it going to be more hype? I certainly hope not. I certainly hope it's the Darkness or something new. Some new characters in 4 years. Give us a new enemy, Bungie. Bungie is still in the middle of course correcting, like I said. So far, though, we are getting a lot of content, a lot of hidden quests, a lot of exotic quests, a lot of new weapons. Reskins or not, new weapons. Random rolls is going to be a thing again in the September update. So a lot of what people are looking for is going to be in September. And that's when I think it's going to be worth the time, perhaps worth the money to spend to buy that DLC. This DLC, I would only purchase it if you get it on a crazy sale, like 80% off, 70% off, something like that. I only have it because I bought the extended edition or the special edition before Destiny even launched, which is why I'm giving it a go right now. If you do have the DLC and you want to collect some new stuff, now's a good time to run around. Not too many players. You can just focus on doing what you're going to do. There's Sleeper Simulant, there's Worldline, I forgot what the name of it is, but the first exotic sword. There's a lot of exotics coming back. There's a lot of new ones that have been injected into the game. So as far as that point, there are a lot of things to do right now, endgame content. Realistically, more so the balance of the endgame content. Bungie has a history of severely overcorrecting when it comes to people saying it's too easy. They crank it up to 1,000. They say it's too hard. And they drop the difficulty down to the floor, giving everyone exotics. It's like you flew to Hawaii, you get off the plane, oh, here's your free exotic, and here's your lay. There was no work, there was no grind, there was no progression. That's what they need to do to make people happy, is find that happy balance. It can exist, both hard, both medium, stuff for casual. They just have to include more layers in their approach. And above all else, all players, casual, hardcore, core gamers, whatever, give us a great story. Give us something to sink our teeth into. That's what's going to keep this game going in the long run. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope it was informative. Perhaps it made you make a decision. Please like, subscribe, give that bell a tap so that way you can get notifications when I post new videos. And I'll see you all next time.